My name is Courtney. I have been with Rose Church since March, so for 6 months, and this is my online Rose story. How I found Rose Church is actually a really God story for me, is what I like to call it. Definitely, I felt like he was orchestrating that. So I had been looking for a new church, and it was really hard to find community for me, and that was something that I was really looking for. And I was at the dog park actually on a cold, rainy February weekend, and I was by myself just hanging out with my dog, and my now friend Alyssa was there with her husband, and she came up to me and she was in this big Eskimo coat, so I couldn't really see her that well, and she was like, "Hey, which one's your dog?" And we started talking, and church came up randomly throughout the conversation, and she was like, "Have you heard of Rose Church?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." And we kind of talked about it a little bit, exchanged numbers, and we didn't really talk for like a month. And a month later, like on a Friday night, she texted me and was like, "Hey, Josh and I would love for you to come to church with us. Can you come on Sunday?" And I actually had a busy day, but I felt like God was telling me, like, "No, you need to go, step out of your comfort zone. Like, this is what I have for you." And so I ended up going, and I was literally sobbing the entire message. I felt like God was really talking to me, and it was like that game changer sermon that I needed to hear. And honestly, my life has not been the same for the better after that service. And so it just meant the absolute world to me. And I knew that this was my home after that. So I sadly only got to go to one service before COVID hit, but I've been joining online. So it's just been absolutely a life changer. So it means the absolute world to me. My experience online during the pandemic has actually been so special, I think. One of the main reasons is my fiance and I actually are doing long distance, and we have been our whole relationship, but it's been something that we've gotten to share together, and we hop online together and get to share that connection of being able to talk about our sermons and have the other person know. We were attending two different services. He would go to his online one in Spokane, but we started watching it together. And then when he came and stayed with me a little bit, I got to introduce him to Rose through online. And he felt right at home right away too, even though he's never stepped foot in this building until my baptism. And so it was so special for me to see that from him when he hasn't been here, because here is so special, and everyone here, the energy is just amazing, but he felt that through the screen. And so I think that that was really special for me to see with him, and so excited for him when he moves here, for us to get to really like establish this as our home. So it's been really special. Rose Church has affected my life in so many ways. Obviously, I love Rose Church and what it stands for and the people, but also it came to my life at a time that I really needed it, at a time where I wasn't in like a light season. It was definitely a darker season for me. A lot of change, a lot of like kind of the darkest things that I've gone through was when Rose came to my life. And so it affected it in the best way possible, and has been a place of community for me. I've met a ton of other women and women of God, and that's something that I was really seeking. And it's hard to even put into words how much it means to me, but definitely God presented it to me in the best time of my life that I really needed it. And so like I urge everyone who hasn't found a community yet, if it's Rose for you, great, but also like really seek it out and pray for it, because God always does answer your prayers, even if it takes longer than what you would want. So I'm just so thankful that he presented it to me in the perfect timing.